Sometimes the simplest democratic ideas are also the hardest to protect. One of them is the separation of church and state. I've talked before about pluralism, the idea that in a healthy democracy, people should be able to live their own private lives, believe what they want, and not interfere with how others live theirs, as long as no one's being harmed. That's really the heart of it. And separation of church and state is how the principle survives in practice. Because the alternative is a theocracy, a system where laws are built around one religion's idea of what's right and wrong. And if history has taught us anything, it's that when spiritual power mixes with political power, the result is usually control, coercion, and conflict. Religious belief is personal, and its interpretation is subjective. Even within a single faith, there are countless branches and versions. Some see women as equals, others don't. Some accept gay marriage, others forbid it. Some are peaceful, others justify violence. So if you start writing laws through that lens, who decides which version of God's will becomes the rule book? When democracies separate religion and government, it's not a rejection of faith, it's a protection of it. It means you can pray how you want, or not at all, and no one in power can tell you otherwise. It's about freedom from coercion. Human society has already learned this the hard way. After centuries of religious wars and persecution, we've already realized that governments shouldn't pick religious winners and losers. The state's job isn't to guide your soul. It's to manage our shared reality. Taxes, safety, education, healthcare, basic fairness. And that's where freedom actually lives. In a boring, reliable administration that protects your ability to live privately. That's why it's always baffling to me when people shout out about freedom while also insisting everyone should follow one faith. That's not freedom. And I've said this before and I'll say it again 100 times. Rights only mean something if they apply to everyone, even people who don't think, worship, or love the same way you do. Because when ideology, religious or political, becomes law, it stops being belief and turns into force. And we already know what that looks like. Caste systems, punishment for belief, bans on certain relationships. People suffer, people die, and it always ends up serving the powerful more than the faithful. That's why this separation matters, not because faith doesn't, but because power corrupts it. Democracy only survives when government stays neutral in the realm of belief and morality. Your path to heaven, or to nowhere at all, is none of the government's business.